To the massive dicks to the tiny ones, what are the advantages and disadvantages to each? I can have sex with a woman and she can still claim that she's a virgin. Now this is why I come to Reddit. From a woman's perspective, a guy with a small dick will put in an effort to get good at other things like oral because he knows his dick doesn't do the job. A guy with a huge dick usually thinks size makes up for not being good at sex. Having a guy jackhammer your cervix is not fun. Or the guy with a big dick doesn't get as hard as the average guy. Guys that are average or a little below or best, they tend to put in effort but are still big enough that PIV is fun. Interesting perspective. I could totally see being jackhammered as a bad time. Greater than I could totally see being jackhammered as a bad time. Carrot found the guy with the little dick. Sometimes I accidentally drop my monster condom for my magnum dong. I'm skinny and have a big dick. It's hard to find underwear that fits me well. My BF has the same problem, monsieur. I suggest medium or large size Hanes boxer briefs. The best I ever had was slightly under average. But holy shit, his hands and mouth were insane. I'd rather have that a million times than the dude I was with who had a big one, but was selfish and didn't like going down on women. I agree 100%. The actual penis in the vagina isn't the part that gets me off. Hands and mouth on the other hand do. Or penising with some insane hands and fingers is amazing. Guys with big dicks tend to jackhammer. And some have made me bleed, which is not fun. They tend to rely on having a big member and think that that magically induces an orgasm, monsieur. Doesn't have to be the case. Of course. Just make sure to lubricate loads and to be aware of the limits of the vagina. Guys with smaller to normal size dicks have honestly always been pretty good. Depending on the person, of course, and how non-egocentric they are. I even had one on who knew that he was prone to premature ejaculation. And he made a lot of effort to get me off way before he even let me ouch. Hi monsieur, that was sexy as hell. One exception, above average girth. Although I can enjoy every dick. I had one partner whose dick was so thick that I had a vaginal orgasm for the first time. But he was also just a very good lover, and I don't think I'd have enjoyed it nearly as much with him if he hadn't been so wonderful in other ways too. Same goes for every guy. It really is not about dicks. In fact, I'd say that dick size, length, etc. isn't really relevant unless you make it relevant by jackhammering, for example, if that makes sense. So you're saying it's not the size of the wave but the motion of the ocean? Daddy always said, neither the size of the ship nor the motion if the ocean matters if the ship doesn't stay in port long enough for all of the passengers to get off. One can be used to instill fear in your enemies, the other is just a large penis. All I'm saying is Hitler wasn't packing heat, world was still scared. My penis is slightly below, noticeably below average. Advantages. I don't think it's too hard to deep throat. So easy on the mouth. Good size for anal. I don't have to worry about my penis touching the toilet. I can wear tighter clothing as long as I don't get a boner. Disadvantages. Other than possibly being mocked and ridiculed or rejected, certain positions may not work and it takes time to adjust positions. Going poop can be a hassle with a big one. You have to tuck it down so it's not just sticking out of the toilet. Because when you poop, you usually pee. Then you have to sit back a bit farther than is comfortable because it will touch the bowl of the toilet, and that's just gross. And the worst is when the head dips into the water. Gives me chills every time, monsieur. One time I was doing a shit and piss with a semi-boner. Already pretty sketchy. Dick definitely hit the bowl. Not a fan of that. The classic witch's kiss. The main disadvantage of having a dick is more of a psychological one. You see posts all the time from women talking about how size doesn't really matter and it's all how you use it. Then you see those same women drooling over a guy with a big dick and talking how much they like big ones. And despite saying that size doesn't matter, women still use "he has a small dick" as an insult. Where it goes further than that. Big truck. Little dick. Into guns. Little dick. Just a normal dude with no noticeable flaws? Little dick because it's the easiest insult to do since the majority of men wouldn't dare just flop it out to prove them wrong. If I told every woman I disliked that she has RB's pussy, I'd be ejected from society. Is RB's pussy a subreddit yet? Asking for a friend. RBF_flaps and SFW, obviously. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.